Hey everybody, and welcome to a challenge run in Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac, designed to make me a little bit more appreciative of an item that previously I've not been a big fan of. This was suggested by YouTube user Inzane for Cookies, and it's called New Appreciation for My Reflection. Oh my god, cat, now is not the right time to attack the strings on my hoodie. First day that there's not a heat wave, wear a hoodie. Cat goes crazy. Anyway, we have a lot of items here. Some of them you can probably divine. Deck of cards is not meant to be an integral part of our run. I just had to use that to give myself the cancer trinket. We also have Mom's Purse, which will allow us to hold the Polaroid later. We have My Reflection, which causes our shots to come back at us. We have Mom's Heals +5, or ×5, which gives us insane range, and this synergizes very well with Lump of Coal, which is going to make our shots more damaging as they kind of spin around. In addition to this, we have a Wire Coat Hanger, which is a tiers upgrade, and we have Piercing Shots, which is going to make our shots that much more deadly. So in exchange for kind of an extraordinarily powerful series of items like we have so far, our kind of conditions of the run, obviously we can't get rid of the Cancer Trinket, not that we would even want to, even if we had the opportunity to do so, because it is one of the better trinkets in the game. But beyond that, we also can't go to the first 2 item rooms, which I guess means, in this situation, that I will be skipping the very first 2 item rooms that we come across on this floor, which will actually save me some keys in this situation. Because, oh, I almost got hit there, because we are on an XL floor right off the bat, so if I can actually just find the boss room right off the bat, we can go down to the next floor and start our incredible journey. Other conditions for the run, I think it should be obvious that, anything that drastically changes our tier effects, like a Mom's Knife, for example, is the biggest, and Brimstone, etc., technology, we can't take them because that would completely undermine the purpose of the run. But apart from that, anything goes, essentially, and I'm thinking that, at least at the very start, this is going to be an easy run. I have no idea how Cat o' Nine Tails is going to affect this. I think it's going to make our shots travel a little bit faster, which should make them go a little bit further on first blush, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm expecting it's going to be an easy run to start with, and then things might get drastically harder as time goes on. The problem, of course, as usual, I can't believe I didn't get an HP upgrade on this floor. But the problem, as usual, with My Reflection is that I can't really aim my own shots. I kind of have to just walk around and wait for them to hit the enemy, because it's very unlikely that they will hit them on the first pass, you could say. Now, with Krampus dying, I'm very interested to see what he's going to drop, because we already have Lump of Coal by way of the challenge run, so I don't know if he can drop another Deal with the Devil item, or if he just drops like a second Lump of Coal. I think I've had this question before, and I've probably had it answered, but I don't remember it, so we'll see if we can get something, some information gleaned from the very first floor on this run. That was really bad dodging on my part. That was even worse, but we will get a second Lump of Coal. I have no idea if this stacks. If it does stack, fantastic. Lump of Coal, as Bisnap has been nice enough to educate me about, is actually a really good upgrade. He quantified it, essentially saying, in the terms of rage, actually, because rage is an item that most of the time I will go for, and he finds that hilarious and a big mistake. I'm not using Deck of Cards because it's not technically supposed to be here. But he basically said that, you know, Lump of Coal outscales rage within something like a 1/15th of a second. So, like within 1/15th of a second, that was awful dodging. Lump of Coal gets as much damage increased on your shot as 1 kill from rage, which is pretty, you know, puts it in perspective, shall we say. So I could go with the thumbtack there, or pushpin, I guess I should say. Is that a regional difference? It's like the difference between pop and soda, thumbtack versus pushpin? I don't know, but I don't really like it, and I don't want to accidentally have to deal with some kind of you know, trinket management later, so I'm going to skip over that. It's not a horrible trinket. It does give us the possibility for spectral tears on like 1/10 of our shots or something like that. It's not great, but you know, it's something, I guess. And we're just going to check for the secret room here. I would love to go to the item room, but we need to get a key to make that happen. That is sadly not going to do it for us. And you know, I am actually getting a little bit low on health here, which is concerning. But this should be a fairly short floor, and maybe we'll be rewarded with it with a good item afterwards. We'll see. Where did I snag this HP upgrade from? I can't even remember. That was not by way of an Eternal Heart. It was not by way of Lump of Coal. I should really pay more attention. It is fairly early in the morning here, by my standards anyway, and I've foregone the caffeine, so I didn't have any urinary emergencies during this episode. So I apologize if some of my not only commentary seems disjointed, but if some of my play seems a little bit distracted or, you know, not fully there yet. Well, the miter, that is actually a fantastic item. You've heard me talk about the miter on many occasions before, and, you know, consider it a big factor in our success when we do manage to win runs. This does mean that if I end up getting a Guppy's Paw, we can probably start rolling on that, because the miter should give us enough Spirit Hearts to stay above equilibrium. It's a really good item. It shows up all the time, probably too often, in all honesty. But I'm not gonna complain. You're not gonna hear me bitching about getting extra Spirit Hearts every run. So we don't have any red hearts, sadly. Luckily, we are fighting a not super difficult boss, and when bosses stand in a straight line like this, it's gonna make my life substantially easier, because those My Reflection shots are just gonna come back and hopefully do a ton of damage when they hit you. But I'm not sure if there's some kind of rule where, like, each shot can only hit the enemy once. Oh, that was really bad on my part. Because it seems like the shots when they come back aren't really doing that much damage to Peep. But maybe it's just because this version of Peep is much tankier or something. In any case, we did get an HP upgrade, we did get a Spirit Heart, and we will be going down to the next floor. A quietly successful run so far. I do have a new appreciation for My Reflection, but it's not really My Reflection necessarily that's doing all this for me, is it? It's more the lump of coal in combination with the huge range upgrades, I would have to say. Now, I mean, My Reflection is bringing the shots back, which is actually allowing me to do more damage, which is important as well. But, you know, I guess the problem is, My Reflection's not really that bad of an item, as long as you have things that can kind of pull it back in your favor, like substantial range upgrades. Otherwise, it can make things very difficult, and of course, it can even be game-breaking if you end up in a situation where you have, you know, My Reflection plus Ipecac, which is, you know, far from my favorite combination in the game, you could say. It's no, you know, quad-shot Mom's Knife. Or Polyphemus Mom's Knife. So we do have a shop. I was going to say a range upgrade. I don't know why I went with that. We do have a shop. This guy should drop a Spirit Heart. I almost thought that getting hit by my own shot would kill me there, which would have been hilarious. We actually do have the money to consider going to the shop at this point, but we'll probably spend our key on the item room. If we get a second key, I could consider using that on the shop instead. Or on this golden chest, I suppose. But for now, let's move onwards. If we get more money, we might consider going to the shop. I do need a spacebar item. Blue Candle would be awesome. Book of Revelations would be awesome. I guess there's lots of shop items that I would consider pretty valuable in this situation right now. Obviously, Map and Compass, exceptionally good in their own right as well. I can't believe I managed not to take damage there. Why don't we fight the boss right away? You never know what he'll drop. Maybe he'll drop a crate or something. And we'll move on. So this is going to be... Ooh, I knew I was going to get hit there, but I thought it was only... I thought I was not going to get hit on that specific pass, but the tail flip that boss did actually screwed me over there. So we do get Jesus Juice, which is actually really good. It gives us a damage increase on our shots based on as a function of our current damage. Obviously, we can't take Brimstone, but we will take Guppy's Paw, and by way of the miter, we should really be able to truck through the game now. Obviously, as soon as we get that Polaroid, things are going to be substantially better, but this is a valuable position for us to be in. I can't believe I didn't take damage there. We are, of course, going to explore the rest of the floor, because at this point, I would be remiss if I didn't, at the very least, look for other rooms where there might be Tinted Rocks and Spirit Hearts, because Spirit Hearts are essentially HP upgrades at this point, or 1/3 of an HP upgrade, but still, that's valuable. There's our second key, which means we will definitely look for the secret room, so we can get a little bit more money, and possibly make the shop worthwhile for us, because now if we can pick up the compass, miter, tons of Spirit Hearts, the damage that we're doing, and the compass would put us in a very, very positive position from a forward-facing standpoint. We would probably find ourselves in a situation where life is good, shall we say. So up here we have our item room. Oh, almost dodged into the shot there. And we are doing a lot of damage here. I'm not sure how much Jesus Juice has helped us. It's kind of hard to quantify, but I mean, it's probably really easy to quantify. It's just hard for me to quantify. Wiggle Worm. That's going to make things very interesting. The only reason I picked it up is because I thought it might make our shots go a little crazy here. And indeed it does. Okay, so it doesn't really seem like it's made an enormous difference either way, positively or negatively, but both My Reflection and Wiggle Worm kind of items that I look down on at some occasions, so it serves me right, I guess. So let's see what we get out of our secret room, if we could indeed find it at some point in the future. We could also just bomb our way, there we go, to some extra pennies that were kind of just scattered around the map, but I don't think that's a necessarily smart idea. Now I don't really want to get rid of my spacebar item. We will pick up the ladder, though. I think that's a smart idea. I could also buy a key. Well, if I got 1 more cent, I could buy a key. And I could get 1 more cent just by coming back here, because there is a free penny. Well, not that one, of course, but there's a free penny back here. I think this will end up working out in our favor. if I had to guess. Anyway, the ladder almost always pays for itself. Here, it's going to give us another 2 cents right off the bat. And I am going to buy another key, even though we have 7 cents right now, because I want to make sure that I can go to the item room on the next floor, and I do want to open this golden chest that's in there as well, in the room just above us. You never know what you're going to find inside of there. So we'll pick up one of these keys. Hopefully it doesn't just pay us out in bombs. Hopefully it gives us like a key and an item or something like that. I don't even know if that's a possible drop. An item would be fine. Let's see what we get. We get a chest within a chest where we get 11 cents and a bomb. Okay, I would say that is a pretty decent trade, because now the shop on the next floor is very likely to be viable. So, Catacombs Part 2 are done at only 10 minutes. It's a fairly quick run so far. We don't have anything truly like... If someone just looked at this run on first blush, they probably would not really think that it's that remarkable, but once you see the run in action, it works really well. And again, I am kind of ignoring Samson's lock here, the reason being that it's like, you know, I got Mom's Purse to pick up the Polaroid. I didn't get Mom's Purse to abuse Mom's Purse for the entirety of the game before the Polaroid showed up. So I am just going to go to this mob trap room. I got a couple of bombs in there, and now I am fighting some angel fetuses. I just added that extra part there to make, like, Ryan in editing know that there's not actually an audio desync. I'm just a little bit slow on the uptake right now. And we're just going to fill the screen with these shots. Basically, in a weird way, we almost have, like, an electron cloud of shots here. As opposed to, okay, we'll just run away from that. As opposed to like a brimstone shot, which is just a single targeted laser, basically. We have kind of like an electron cloud, you know, with superposition. And the shots may or may not be in a specific position, but the only way to know is to actually observe it. So we are just going to keep going here. We're on the, that was the first damage I've taken in a while, actually, so I can't complain too hard. But still, we are doing fine, and we're on the depths, which is obviously a positive. Almost picked up Lucky Toe by accident. Not that that would have been a deal breaker or me, like, necessarily indicative of me breaking the rules or anything like that. But yes, I fully expect us at this point, if we don't at least have a chance against Isaac, something has gone terribly wrong at some point down the line. And that can happen, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it is going to happen. I would be surprised if it did, at least. So we're going to fight our Depths Part 1 boss. It's going to be War, which honestly is not great, but it might not be the end of the world. Considering that he is going to give us a cube of meat, and that'll allow us to block some incoming shots, which is going to be really effective on those boss fights later on in the game, because obviously, you know, we're going to be hitting the enemies constantly simply by virtue of the fact that we have the items that we do. So, I'm probably going to get hit one more time. I actually managed to escape there, which surprised me a great deal. Was hoping for an HP upgrade. You can't always get what you want, though. With 2 keys, I will use 1 to open this golden chest. I know that might seem silly. But it did give us some more bombs, and we are up to over 15 cents now. If we find the item room before we find the shop, we'll probably go to that. If we find the shop before we find the item room, we'll probably go to that. There's our shop right there, so we'll go to the shop first. Now, I do have a ladder that should allow me to just cheese the shit out of this boss room. Or sorry, not boss room, not even close to boss room. What am I thinking? Our tarot card is the Empress, which we will save as long as we possibly can. Map for 7 cents is a great deal. This will allow us to find more money, and hopefully items like a 1-up, an Ankh, well, I guess we couldn't take, I was going to say Fetus in a Jar, but Fetus in a Jar would probably be, it would run contrary to the conditions of the challenge run. New appreciation for Wiggle Worm, just start hitting everything with a bomb. We can't go in there because we don't have any keys, which is what we are looking for on the remainder of this floor. So I might as well go to every single room. It's not like, you know, Guppy's Paw doesn't work in the same way as the Book of Revelations or something like that. Unfortunately, because I would love to be able to amass more Spirit Hearts, but can't always get what you want. Again, we can just kind of fill the screen here, and due to my range and Cat of Nine Tails, he should not be able to hit me. He should take a lot of damage on his own. I'll do some kind of like circular dodging here, and he will die. Now, I don't even like the left hand as a trinket. I know some people do. Red chests have the potential to give you a half-decent item, or half-decent payout, I guess I should say, now and then. But oftentimes, they also pay out with spiders and troll bombs, and I prefer regular chests and golden chests to that when given the opportunity. So, we will, pardon me, absolutely go to our secret room. We have 11 bombs, so it would be a very silly decision if I chose not to for whatever reason. And we did get 1 more key out of that, so that will represent the item room for us. I could use it to open this golden chest as well. I think that would be a silly decision, though. Let's see what we have in our item room. Or sorry, our secret room. That is another 6 cents. Bruce Willis style. That'll give us access to 1 more shop, which in all likelihood will contain a greed or a super greed. Not too fond of that, but that's okay. You know, we'll get maybe a quarter or a Steam sale out of that we can't possibly use. Dead Bird. Interesting item. not the biggest fan of it. And a lot of the items that we picked up I haven't really been the biggest fan of, but they're all kind of working together to create a makeshift, very, very effective run. We still have Spirit Hearts well off the screen, if I had to guess. Particularly by way of the Miter and the Tinted Rocks that we've encountered. I'm just going to take a little bit of some hydration break here for a second. Alright, so we are on Necropolis now. And it's a Necropolis where the map is going to be 100% useless for me because sadly we have, Curse of Blindness. Definitely my least favorite curse. There's probably a case to be made for like Curse of the Lost being worse on difficult floors. But I appreciate being able to see where I'm going, and this unfortunately takes a big old smelly dump on that. So if I can get this money, maybe this is a Bombs Are Key pill. It is a bad gas pill, which is good to know. I believe that is actually the first pill that we've gotten over the course of this entire game, which is really remarkable, because usually they come pretty fast and pretty furious. We haven't really encountered that many tarot cards either, to tell you the truth. It's kind of a weird situation. Now, this is a free Spirit Heart because we are getting a bomb out of it as well. We're looking for everything, basically. Everything but the secret room, because it's very unlikely that I'm going to invest the bombs necessary to get there. So there's our boss room. I'm very tempted to just leave and... Where did my key go? Did I not? Oh, I used my key to go to the item room. This is why I'm very tempted to just go immediately to the boss room here, because I don't really want to explore the entire floor. Maybe get 0 keys, lose a lot of health, and then come and fight the boss. It might just be in our best interest to fight the boss right away. Then again, it might also not be in our best interest to do that. So why don't we, you know, play the game the way most people would probably play it, just for argument's sake. So I should be able to, by way of my range, take these guys out without putting myself in substantial risk of harm. But of course I botched that right off the bat by allowing that heart to actually hit me. But with this guy remaining, we will get a single penny. Fantastic. Worth it. Spirit Heart for a penny. Fair trade. Any day of the week. There is probably our shop, if I had to guess. Could be a library as well. It's always worth noting that. And, you know, if it was the library, I might be interested in picking up, like, a Book of Belial or something. You never know. Another pill, which is bad gas, which I don't actually want to use. Because, well, I mean, I do want to use it, but I definitely don't want to accidentally leave the Empress card instead. There's more damage. So it better be a goddamn great item room, that's all I can say. Assuming we even get a key in the first place. I mean, to be fair, it could be really good if we get something like a Polyphemus or something like that. Quad shot, I don't know if I'd appreciate as much, because it would really nerf our rate of fire. It would be interesting, of course, but I'm not sure if I would pick it up. So there's our item room. I don't like this at all, as you can probably guess. Yep, gonna start hemorrhaging hearts here. This might have been what I meant when I said unforeseen circumstances causing us to really lower our chances of winning this run. That is definitely not a key either. But you gotta understand that commenters would rake me over the coals if I didn't at least look around for a key. And of course, at this point, do I want to go to the item room or the shop? If I only get 1 key, thank you for replenishing my Spirit Hearts a little bit. If I only get 1 key, it's probably better for me to go to the item room. Because the odds of us encountering a greed or a super greed, a mini boss of that greed type variety, is extraordinarily high, I would have to say at this point. Given that we haven't had one before and we've already bought 2 items from the item room, I would not be surprised. Okay, so there's a key for us. We will look for a second one, just in case. We've got to be, like, basically at the end of this floor, so... Oh, that was some tight dodging there. And if we are at the end of the floor, then, you know, I'd say things went better than they could have gone. In fact, even if we got a second key, I might want to use that just to get a golden chest or something. But anyway, that's neither here nor there at this point. So I'm going to skip over the shop. I understand that it might seem silly given that we have 27 cents. You might be right, but I am going to stick to my guns here. Go with the item room. Even if the item room's bad, that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad decision. And the item room was pretty good. Guardian Angel, definitely a positive item for us. That's going to help us out a lot when it comes to blocking shots on those later bosses, so I appreciate that. And we'll go to our boss room now, where hopefully we will be able to easily take out whoever we're fighting. Oh, I guess it's going to be Mom, but whether it's Blue Mom, Red Mom, or regular Mom, I think we have a very, very good chance. I did not go in here. Yeah, I can't go in there because it's a golden chest. And we don't even have Guppy's tail, but golden chests are showing up like crazy. It's Red Mom, which is considered by most people to be the easiest version of Mom. I guess I shouldn't stand so close to the door. And that is fine by me. I am taking a lot of damage right off the bat just by basically not paying attention. But it's worth noting that by just bouncing back and forth here and keeping all of the shots like in the same horizontal plane, or horizontal line, I suppose, we are basically passively killing Mom. We also get a Tears upgrade. and the Polaroid, which is by far the best upgrade that we're getting here. And what is our tarot card going to be for the Magic 8 Ball? The Emperor. I think that's more valuable because I find it highly unlikely that I'm going to die before the Cathedral. So I can just use the Emperor card on the Cathedral. Like, it's not like the Empress card is going to save my life. I think it's more valuable for me to, how should I put this? It's more valuable for me to be able to skip to the boss room right away when we get later in the game than it is to get through that boss room faster. Like, our risk is more from the rooms leading up to a boss room, you know, simply by the virtue of the fact that there's many more of them, than our risk lies in, you know, the actual boss himself. There's a couple of exceptions to that, depending on the bosses we get, but I'm just... Hopefully you understand my reasoning there to a certain extent. So I'm just going to keep firing these shots in, basically. We should be able to... What is going on there? There were shots, like, up at the very top of the map that I was kind of confused about. The problem with, like, shooting this rapidly is that I actually find it difficult to tell where enemy shots are, and that makes it very difficult to dodge. That being said, I really can't complain about the fact that we have kind of absurd damage right now. I'm interested in the hypothetical question, or I guess it's actually a mechanical question that I have right now about this run is there, like, a benefit to having 2 lumps of coal? I mean, obviously, there's no way to make it happen in the game itself. I might as well look for this. Oh, I mean, that's not really look for the secret room, but I might as well go to the secret room since I'm here. But yeah, is there a benefit from having 2 lumps of coal, either in damage or in something unforeseen? I think the answer is no, but if it does give me, like, twice the range damage or, you know, an exponential effect on that range damage, that's really interesting. Or the product of the range damage. Hopefully you understand what I'm getting at there. Again, these are sentences that don't really exist outside of the context of Isaac, so sometimes I wonder that my language is not necessarily indicative of what I want it to be. But anyway, Death is going to die very quickly here. I was actually I was going to suggest that I was hoping for this, because we're going to get a second cube of meat, which is awesome. It keeps him in my kind of orbital range, but also gives me a little bit of extra damage, so I'm totally cool with that. We will look for Mom's Heart now. That was a very easy first floor. Not really interested in fighting Greed. If we had the D6, maybe I would consider it because, yeah, I didn't know how to get out of this doppelganger situation. If we had the D6, I might consider it, but, you know, with the items that I have, I don't think there's any need, really, to fight Greed, especially since there's almost 0 chance that I will end up coming across a Judgment or something like that. Or at the very least, with 39 cents, there's very little chance I will end up coming across a Judgment that doesn't pay out already. So we have to run here. We're going to take a lot of damage, but we should kill them in like 1 or 2 hits to ourselves. So it's not the end of the world. We do get a pill and a tarot card. Well, okay, well now we get a Judgment. Alright, game. Now you might be saying you should have saved that Judgment for a deal with the devil. But first off, I can't because I need to save this Emperor card, or I would like to save this Emperor card. 2 of Hearts is worthless. Let's just clear that to get it off the map. Same thing, we're going to clear the Devil card because I'm going to just simplify things and roll with the Emperor card exclusively. Yum Heart, really? Well, we might as well, you know, for 5 cents... We at least got to take the Yum Heart out of the rotation, and we'll see what our pill holds for us. Puberty, so nothing basically. The problem with the Yum Heart is that, obviously I don't have any red hearts. I don't know if you necessarily needed me to explain that to you, but, you know, now we can't get it on the chest, so at the very least there is that. I'm not sure if that's enough of a positive to, you know, make up for the cost there, because, I mean, we do have the money necessary to kind of absorb that cost and still be okay, but still. I have to point out, by the way, that the Miter has given me exceptionally good luck so far when it comes to... Have I gone to the secret room? I can't remember. The Miter's given me exceptionally good luck so far when it comes to giving me Spirit Hearts on this floor. I've amassed like 6 or 7. Not specifically this floor, the last floor as well. I guess I placed a bomb there by accident. Yeah, I've amassed at least 6 or 7 just by virtue of like random enemy drops, which is awesome. I've taken some damage myself, but I've also, I think I've gotten more Spirit Hearts than I've lost, which is kind of rare, yeah, as you can see, for certain parts of the game like this. So, we will go over here. This is indeed our boss room. Mom's Heart boss fight. In a weird way, I will take this pill just to see what we get. Range up, fantastic. In a weird way, we almost have, I wouldn't necessarily say piercing shots, but like spectral shots. I mean, we 100% have piercing shots, but like our shots are going to travel through the boss, so I don't think we need to use bombs. And moreover, I think I should actually be very, very scared about using bombs on the Mom's Heart boss fight. because it's unfortunately going to mean that the bombs are going to get thrown back at myself. So the good news is we should be able to do some crowd control here by way of piercing shots, lump of coal, tons of damage, and just kind of continuously firing here. This is a boss fight against Mom's Heart that I've never had before. There's no other way to put it. It's a very unique run, so thank you, Insane, for cookies for this challenge run suggestion. It's a very interesting one, and I do have a new appreciation for Wiggle Worm, but of course the caveat is that you've got to have the right combinations of items rolling with it as well. So I say we go to our item room, sorry, our secret room, then we pop our Emperor card. It is the Ankh, which we'll definitely pick up. And then we'll pop our Emperor card, and we'll just go fight Isaac. A fight where I expect I'm going to be able to do basically the same thing that I did against Mom's Heart. We're just going to get close to him now and then, because obviously the second level Meat Boy and Angel Fetus can kind of tear him up a little bit. As well as the Dead Bird. I guess I just wanted to get some aggro on that. But we have a ton of HP right now. We can afford to take this damage. I'm pretty sure I got hit again there. But he's already half dead. And I really expected, pardon me, that we would get a little bit more kind of active blocking by way of the orbitals here. But as is, my range is basically perfect to hit the Isaac there on 2 passes. Like on the first pass, and then the shots just kind of hang around there and catch him again. So I still can't see my health. I am invincible for a brief period of time here. Just play it cool. That is, I really thought I was going to get hit again there. And he should be dead. Fantastic. He dropped a Spirit Heart. We still have Spirit Hearts off the screen. We only have 1 key, which is the bad part here. And that 1 key gave us the Doctor's Remote, which, well, to be quite honest with you, actually is more effective right now. Doctor's Remote really feels like an item that should... there, I fucked it up already. But Doctor's Remote really feels like an item that should work once per room. Like a... Not a Guppy's paw, like Guppy's head. Tammy's head, sorry. Guppy's head also works once per room. So we'll be on the lookout for more keys, because if we do get more keys, you know, that benefits us, obviously. We can get a free item for each one. Also on the lookout for slot machines, because every slot machine gives us a free item when we blow it up. So I'm actually hoping for once that the secret room does contain a slot machine. We're not in the clear yet. I realize that, you know, I've been pretty comfortable over the course of this run so far. That might lead you to believe that we're in a very, like, easily defensible position. We're going to lose a lot of health on the floor like that. That was really stupid. As you can see our Spirit Hearts now. But we're going to lose a lot of health on the floor leading up to this fight. And then on the fight, it would not surprise me if I took 8 or 9 hits. So we have to be a little... Oh, that was really silly. We have to be really cautious about things. And I really was looking forward to getting a bunch of items on the chest to hopefully increase my chance of success ever so slightly. We got another Spirit Heart for finishing off Bloat there, which is very surprising to me. Let's use our bomb and check this out. And by our bomb, I mean a bomb, because we have so many. I don't want to fight Super Greed. There's no point. This is not a boss room, unfortunately, or not, you know, indicative of where the boss room is. I thought maybe I could get out of it there, so I'm just gonna use Doctor's Remote to drop this nuke right on top of us and hopefully save me from taking too much more damage. That is another puberty pill, unfortunately. Let us go left, down, I guess, and we'll see if we can get to this boss room as soon as possible. That is another Super Lust fight, which is awful, largely because, you know, we are in a situation where, A, health is important, and these guys are substantially faster than me. I really thought I could fit through there. But, you know, B, this is not the right way to be going. Now, this is a pill, which we've seen before. I found pills. Pill rotation's been pretty bad so far. I think we might lose this one up closer to the end here. Oh, we did get another key, though. Okay, so this could be a lifesaver. That is Remote Detonator. Which is, you know, actually at this point, probably better than the Doctor's Remote. It's very hard to say. But I can do things like that. But I still got hit. But yes, by using Remote Detonator, I can probably take enemies that chase me a little better. This should be a free item for us. By way of I probably should have just played the Fortune Teller, but muscle memory. Oh, I can play it, you know? Because I have Remote Detonator. Remote Detonator might have actually saved our run there in a weird way. We are only at 28 minutes in, so I'm not worried about spending a little bit of time here to play the slot machine. Now, our luck is not great. Our tarot card is the World. That is going to save us some time. Okay, well, actually, it will save us literally 0 time, because that was the only way we could have gone. By way of having the map, we wouldn't have gone into those dead-end rooms anyway. So, 9 cents has done effectively very little for us so far. That being said, all it needs to do is pay out with a few Spirit Hearts, and I would consider this a success. I can't really get rid of my trinkets. I already have probably the 2 best that I could have for this run. That is Child's Heart, which I don't really like, if the field starts getting cluttered a little bit too much with stuff, well, we can take this Emperor card. Okay, let's do that. And we got an extra 10 bombs. So we're just going to stake everything on being able to kill Blue Baby with the amount of health that we have. Now, what I'm going to do is every time I get hit, I'm going to run up and I'm going to place some bombs by way of remote detonator. And hopefully this will allow me to do a little bit more damage than might otherwise be expected. We do have a ton of bombs. You know what? I think we might actually have a pretty decent chance of success here. I know that's going to seem crazy, but really, and you know, if we do win here, it is entirely because of that fortune teller giving us the Emperor card. I didn't realize that my invincibility was a little fucked up there. Bless you. If we manage to succeed here, it's going to be real close. We're down to the wire. I've fucked up my invincibility royally on this boss fight, not realizing when it's happening and when it's not. But we're very nearly done here. And I really do owe, you know, gambling has done a great service to me. It gets a bad rap in the real world. But it saved my life in this Isaac run, didn't it? That is going to do it. As always, thanks to Insane for Cookies for that challenge run suggestion. That one was a lot of fun, and maybe I do have a new appreciation for Wiggle Worm now. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Continue suggesting your own challenge runs, and I will do the ones that are most entertaining or appropriate. And again, as always, thanks for watching.